So I should probably start saying this at the beginning of the show, but we do record these episodes, so you can either watch us on our YouTube, which is the DMST Podcast Network, or you can listen to them, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Yo, 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 this is DJ Brainstorm on the mic with you right now, coming to you on another recording of the DMST Conversations podcast with Eulise. Eulise, how are you feeling?
Man, I'm blessed, healthy, and wealthy per usual. You
Hungover?
know, how you feeling?
I'm good. I ain't hungover like somebody else I know.
You know what? And I don't understand why it's your business to air out my business. 'Cause I am definitely
You know what? You're right.
still.
You know what? You're right. I'll edit it out the show. You are just
I'm
fine.
just
You
saying.
you you are peachy king. You was just
Thank
you
you.
just you just ran a marathon this morning.
I don't need to hydrate.
No, for real. What's going on though? How you feeling?
Man,
Like you
you can
said,
see the
blessed, healthy, and wealthy.
you see the hoodie. You see it.
Was a big
it's
Capricorn
it's
energy.
birthday week, man. And I celebrated my birthday. I started celebrating my birthday. I was bullied into it yesterday.
Mm.
And man,
So what, did you go out and you didn't know you was gonna be meeting people at a place, or you just thought you might be with one person and a bunch of people came? Like, how does that happen?
so Friday, my friend was like, "I want to step out," and we never stepped out because, like, it got late, stuff like that, whatever. So
Friday was
Saturday,
cold too.
yeah. So Saturday, my friend Bree had came back in town or whatever. She bartends, and so I was like, "Well, I'm gonna just pull up on her and grab a drink or whatever." So it was basically to just grab a drink, just have a
Mhm.
drink. That's cool. Sh- They get to telling my friend Jasmine pulls up on me. She comes out finally after watching the game, and um they start telling everybody it's my birthday. I'm like, "Oh my
So people
god."
started buying shots. I mean, be happy for that because you
I
may be in
am,
places
but
sometimes
I'm
where
paying
people just
for
act
it.
like it ain't nothing. Oh yeah, I know. Sometimes it's especially if it was. You said that was Friday night.
Yesterday, Saturday.
Okay, I'm about to say if you still paying for it on Sunday, you really went in. Um, but yeah, it's like that
Your bounce
sometimes.
back is different when you get a little up there.
Oh no, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's that's like my Fridays right now. Up at Johnny Malloy's on Fridays, people buy me drinks up there, and I'm not used to people just go because the people there are. It's kind of like a more so 40 and oldish crowd
Mhm.
at Johnny Malloy's. Even though I mean, I'm not saying that there'll be younger people there, but the bulk of it is so like them people just be like, "Yo, we enjoying the music. You want a drink? What you drink? What you drink? What you drink?" I be having to tell people no sometimes, like, "Nah,
See?
I'm good tonight," or I'm cool, or whatever, or I already got one, or something like that, because they'll just
Yeah.
the bartender walk over like, "Oh, so and so bought it for you,"
See?
yeah.
When people
But be
send
happy
drinks to
about
you,
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't get me wrong, I'm grateful. However,
Do you always feel so you feel obligated to drink it when they buy it, right?
yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Like, when they offer, I feel obligated because it was almost
Uh,
like you ever be fighting somebody in, like, a Mortal Kombat, something like that, and they keep hitting the same move on you?
okay, yeah.
It's almost like that excitement for people when they buy me drinks, I don't know why. "You want another one? You want another one? You want another one?" Ugh, Jesus.
If somebody offers, I don't feel I have to say yes if they offer. Now, if they just send the drink over, like again, when I'm working and the bartender walks over like, "Oh, so and so bought it for you." Now I do feel obligated to
It was
drink
already
it because
purchased.
yeah, yeah. So then I'm like, all right, you know, and I be feeling bad sometimes because it's like I can get done at the end of the night, and it's like, let's say I had, because I'll get a water sometimes if I don't bring my own water, I get glasses of water. But it's like by the end of the night, if I got 2, 3 glasses there because somebody didn't bought that for me, and I'm like, okay, do I look like I'm an alcoholic or something because I got these glasses lined up in front of me? But people just been like, hey, give it to the DJ or something. So it's all good,
Man,
but it's
tell the
love.
bartender to come and clear your, workstation.
But it's love though. I accept it. It's love. I mean,
Yeah.
even not last week, week before last. one of the couples that's there all the time, they had bought me a drink. And so when they handed it to me, like the bartender came over, she's like, "Oh shoot, if I'd known it was for you, I'd have hooked it up." Then she came over with an additional shot. I mean, literally an additional shot because he was like, "Oh, I'd have hooked your drink up." I'm like, "All right, now again, you feel obligated to drink it." I'm like, "All right, man, y'all ain't gonna be getting me in trouble on these Friday nights.
Man, the minute
Let
you
me get
gonna
my
be
ass on."
you gonna be spinning some Beatles music,
Hey, hey, it is what it is. If that
mixing it with some Ozzy Brothers.
if that's where the spirit takes me, that's what it is.
Listen, some Beatles lyrics over some Ozzy Brother instrumental, that probably could go though.
You never know. You never know. That's
You
what
know
people
I've
do
been
now.
waiting for somebody to do on the DJ side though?
What's
Is
that?
take you remember the first Sister Act?
Mhm. The
Remember
movie,
when
yeah.
they did the first performance or whatever?
And the
Um
yeah, yeah, and the,
People are
in the church.
running
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
in,
yeah.
people are running out. That one. So
Yeah.
that piano like beat is the same as Chris Brown's Freak. And I'm like, when is somebody gonna mash this up? I'm a,
Alright,
I'm a,
you
yeah,
gonna make me have
I'm
to
gonna show
listen to
you.
that.
I'm gonna show you off. You know what I'm saying? Camera, whatever. But I'm like, when is somebody gonna mash that up? Because Sister Act with Chris Brown Freak
But
would be lightweight raw.
I'm trying to remember if I okay, I know I remember in the second one because I know them they were 'cause I remember them doing it, when the kids was there. I thought that was the
Yeah, that's the
second,
second
but
one.
okay, yeah, 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 yeah. So I remember the song, so that's Chris Brown Freak. Alright, I'm at the hold on. You
Shoot, as a matter of fact,
hold on. You about to have me play this song real quick. Chris
no,
Brown
matter of
Freak,
fact, it
right?
might have been the second one when she had took the kids to go watch
Yeah,
her
yeah, yeah,
perform.
that's the second one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're
That's
right.
what I mean, yeah. Hmm. Okay, I hear what you're saying with the I have to move up a little bit.
So which one you playing, Chris Brown?
Yeah, the Freak, yeah.
You hear the
Okay.
piano with it?
I mean, I was just trying to get the
Dun,
I'm
dun,
a
dun. Yeah.
because when I first heard it, that's Nelly 2 pair to me.
Yeah.
And so that's the first thing I heard. So but I'm thinking about the song beats per minute wise, it does work.
Yeah.
And so now this is probably boring to people that's just listening. But but yeah, I mean it's yeah. I could probably make that work. Hold on. All right,
I
it's a
gave you a
challenge.
little
Okay.
something.
It's a challenge.
Gave you some
It's a challenge.
content, some DJ content.
The hard part would be finding the actual song from the movie though.
It should be a soundtrack somewhere.
It could be, but sometimes these soundtracks are just the songs they did, like the outside people. But I'm gonna look for it. It might be somewhere. It might be somewhere. I might have to, because that's the fun part about DJing. Sometimes when you do
Mhm.
some stuff like that, and people will be like, "Oh, okay,"
Because
all right.
that'll be a raw transition if you was out like at Johnny Malloy's, whatever, and you start playing that song from Sister Act and then mix it with Freak or whatever. Like that transition, crazy.
I'm gonna have to mess around with that. I'm gonna have to mess around with that. So your birthday's on Wednesday. You turning 39. Any thoughts on getting older? Because we said right before we hit record, it might have been since we hit record that you about to turn 40. So, well,
About
you're a year away from 40.
39.
Yeah, you're a year away from 40. So, are you getting nervous about the whole thing of being older, getting older, all of that stuff?
I can honestly say that I thought I would have been in a different position at 38, but I'm
Mhm.
glad that I'm not because in so many ways I wasn't ready. Like I want to be a wife, I want to have kids and this and that, whatever. But at the same time, I'm seeing in so many ways that I'm not ready, and I'm seeing how I'm being prepared, and I'm loving it because you know how they say what you learn late, teach your kids early.
Okay.
Like when I realized like last year, um, that the house I grew up in is not the world that I live in. And just being naive and being like, "Oh, butterflies, cupcakes, and rainbows." I mean, it still could all be that, but being aware, like my
Uh-huh.
awareness is definitely different.
Okay.
Um, but I'm glad that I got a chance to do a lot of things that I probably wouldn't have been able to do if I was married with kids. Um,
Hell, you
and
wouldn't be
then just
traveling working the way you're doing right now and getting those
man,
experiences.
man, listen. And I know for a fact I've always wanted to homeschool my kids. I always wanted to homeschool my kids. Like I honestly would take my kids off the grid. Like we just get some land down south and just live off the grid.
Mhm,
Like with my kids, yes, that's no. I I I see it and I'm aware of so many things that um has hindered us as human beings. Like it doesn't matter what color or race and this and that, whatever. Like even with the structure of schooling, you know what I'm saying? Like I technically failed the eighth grade. They placed me in the ninth grade because I refuse to do homework and classwork. Like I'm already
yeah,
getting 90s and above on tests. Why do I have to show you I know this? Like,
mhm,
literally 90s and above on all the tests. And I'm
mhm,
already in the highs. We take a placement test, and I think in, like, the 6th or 7th grade, but then we had tiers of, like, and I'm placed in the highest tier, and I'm not being challenged. And it was a hard thing for my parents to sit in a conference with my teachers, and I'm telling them this. I'm
mhm,
not being challenged. Like, I already know I'm getting 90s and above on all my tests. Why do I have to do homework and classwork? Like, that's stupid.
mhm. So so no fear of man, it's 40 and even when it comes to like as black women, even though I know a couple of people my age who are having kids into their 40s
Mhm.
right now. Um and God bless them cuz sheesh.
I mean, you got
But
a baby girl on the way?
it is okay. Um but any fears about that? I mean, obviously there's I'm guessing a healthy fear with something like that, but do you have like a cutoff point where it's like, yo, if I'm not married or have kids by this age, boom, it ain't gonna happen.
I don't think so
Mm,
for me because science has already came out and basically told the truth that when it comes down to a biological clock, that actually is for men, not women.
mhm. Oh no,
Like
I
they
ain't
just
worried about the
no,
biological clock.
and that's
Yeah.
no, I'm not talking about you. Like
Mm.
I know we're like this, whatever. But I was just saying, like
No, no,
the
no. I'm
body.
I'm talking about just because with black women, the older you get, the
Mhm,
more complications you can have. Women, period. But we know for black people, everything adversely affects us more than others. And so, like, the older you get as a black woman, the harder like pregnancies become and stuff. That's almost like does that kind of worry you a little bit to make you be like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do it at this point.
no,
Okay.
because if I'm being honest, my mom was born to my grandmother at 45.
Hmm.
So that whole age thing never played in my head, like, at all, when it came down to having kids, and I was never in a rush. And I
Okay.
know my mom wants to see her grandbabies and everything like that or whatever, because that's really the issue, you know what I'm saying, with trying to have kids young, is that the grandparents wanna see their grandbabies. So that's why it was a
Hmm.
lot of pressure for people to, get married, get kids, excuse me, and all the other stuff, whatever, but no, I mean, if I got pregnant at 60, having a baby.
I ain't gonna wish that on you though. Not at 60. 60 says that's pretty old. You ain't gonna have no energy. Um, but it's crazy when you think
But at
about that
60,
because
I'll be well off, so I'll be able to pay for nannies and that's what I
shit.
think about, like, I think, like, the older you get, the more stable and established and
Oh, most definitely.
you understand child rearing more than when you fumbling around trying to figure out at 20. Don't get me wrong, some very successful teen parents and young parents and this and this, that, whatever,
Mhm.
but I think that's where my mind goes. Is like
Yeah.
the older I get, the more I can ensure that my child is brought up in a manner
Oh
that's
yeah.
best for them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Being more established, maybe already having a career and things like that. I do think obviously it would make it easier because if you're more financially established,
Mhm.
then some things will be easier. So yeah, so that part's not up for debate at all. Um,
I
it's
think that's
crazy
where
that
a lot of the baby mama, baby daddy drama come from is because
people just too young.
they not just young, but y'all not ready to be parents. Like
Could be.
mentally, financially, it's so many different like spiritually even. You know what I'm saying? Like you haven't even healed from your own thing and you gotta now pour into this person that can't say that they're full. Like you have to count. This is something that is a requirement that don't ever stop once you become a parent.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you depleted from this and that and your job and everybody else, whatever, you still have to pour into your kid.
Yeah, and I kinda happen to think what you saying that there's probably a lot of people in that position that would probably kinda agree with you on that because, I mean, because we're just still doing so much growing at that point also. I mean, if I was to look back on myself in my early 20s, I would say, man, I wasn't ready for a lot of different things in my early 20s because that's 20 plus more years now of me having life experiences. And I could say, man, I wasn't ready for a lot of these different things. So I'm guessing that a lot of people would, that were in that position would say that kind of the same thing. I mean, we're not even fully developed yet, mentally. I mean, think how much growth that you do from maybe 20 to 30 and then 30 to 35 and 35 to 40 and 40. It's just, yeah, it's one of those things that, again, I think a lot of people would probably say the same thing or at least would agree with that statement.
And think about your temperament. Think about your temperament when you was in your 20s versus now that you're in your 40s.
Mm.
Think about how much patience you have now in your 40s than you did in your
Uh,
20s.
uh, I'm still a little impatient. I'm working on it though. I'm working.
But I'm just it's even if
I mean,
it's
no,
just
but
a percentage difference, it's still different. And I feel like a lot of that back and forth and bitter, like if you ask a lot of these people who can't stand their baby mama or can't stand their baby daddy, if your child had everything they needed, whether they stay with you or they don't, but your
uh
child was fully like good for life, would you still have such a disdain for the person you made the child with? Because at that point, you just a bitter person.
that's a good question. That's a good question. But, you know what's so weird about it when you're on the outside, you're not in any one of these dynamics of people who have had kids with someone and then they're not together. When you're outside looking in, a lot of it looks so easy for us because we're not in it.
Mhm.
We haven't had our feelings tied up into these relationships and all these other things. But like what you saying, something like that, like if everything was like just easy for the child in a sense, like it was all together, like how would your relationship be? And for a lot of people, they probably wouldn't even have that much of a relationship because if everything was pretty much taken care of for the child, you know, at some point it'd probably just be like, well, I don't really need you for much, you know. So, but
And
yeah,
that's
that was
and that's
that
the
was a
thing
really
about
good
it, like,
point.
that's why I don't understand, like, when a man dislikes the person that he made a child with, yet the woman is always told to choose better. Huh? Like, you know what happens when you do this thing and the possibility of a child coming from it.
Yeah,
Like, there's no way I could take your seed. You're a man. So it's just mind boggling or whatever to have such a dislike for a person that you chose.
I mean, yeah, I get it.
And don't get me wrong, whatever everybody will say, well, she just could have closed her legs and this and that.
There's blame. I don't want to say blame because I feel like this. So this is two people without biological kids that's saying like having this conversation. So I don't want to put blame anywhere per se, but I know I've been a person myself that's looked at people and said, "Well, you chose to have the kid." Like if it's a guy complaining about something, I'm looking like, "Yeah, my dude, you could have put a condom on." Like for me, I can't speak for every man. So for me, I many times look at situations and be like, "Yo, you really don't have an excuse," especially when it's like you really didn't have a relationship with a person. Not like you was dating them when we was that and then things went left. But like if it was like one night stand or so you were just kind of messing around with somebody, you could always have put a condom on, you know? And and I know when I have these types of conversations too, I come off who knows how I come off to some people, but I always say I didn't make it to the age I made it to without kids, without being smart about what I did. I won't lie to people and say I didn't have my fun and I didn't do some questionable stuff back in the day. That would be a lie as a grown man. But for the bulk of things, I knew what it took. The things that happen that make a baby, and I ain't want it back then. And so for me to not want it back in, that meant sometimes stopping and having to go get a condom when you don't want one, or having to be like, nah, this ain't gonna happen. It involved a lot of thought on my side and actual having to do things on my side, because if I didn't, I don't know where my life is gonna be right now, because I'm not the same person in the same position, you know?
And then that's what I'm thinking, like, okay, when you decide to get in bed with somebody,
We sound
you
real
are
judgy though, just so you know. We sound
huh?
real judgy. I said we sound real judgy though, just so you know.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, these things need to be discussed. And let me say this though. Let me preface it with this. I am not putting my nose up at nobody, who has made any choice in life to do this, that, or third, or whatever. Like, have a freaking ball. However, you are fully aware of the adverse effects that could possibly happen
Mm,
when you do certain things.
mhm,
Like when you don't scan all your items at Walmart. Yeah, you can get away with it, but what if you get caught?
mhm.
Like
Yeah,
if you decide to fight somebody, yeah,
you might whoop
you'll
their
go
ass.
viral, this and this and whatever, but what if they press charges?
Yeah,
So we have this reasoning, whether right or wrong, and the reason that we do what we do.
yeah,
So if you were again focused more so on the benefits of this versus the responsibilities of this, you can't really be upset with nobody but yourself.
yeah.
Like, you chose to do that.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think when we're having this conversation too, we're talking about the people who, like you said, seem to be so unhappy with the partner or whatever. That makes me laugh, because I saw something online, I think this week or late last week, one of those posts about, you know, people write in the shows and whatever else. But somebody was asking for advice, and it was a guy who was writing in saying that he had a baby. Obviously, him and his baby mama were together, and she really wanted to get married. And he was like, "Yeah, no, I really don't want to get married." Or at least he didn't feel like it was the time for them to get married. And he said that he had told her that, you know, when he was ready, he wanted it to be her, but he wasn't ready, this and that. But the fucked up part about his little write-in letter was the fact that he was like, "But so how do I get her to really understand this and accept this, but let her know too that I still want to have a friends with benefits relationship with her?" And it's like, huh? Like, dude, are you crazy? Like, let her go. Like, this is one of those situations where I get it. People ain't supposed to be together. Y'all obviously not supposed to be together. But let her go. Like, dude, if you're this much of an asshole about this whole thing, that for you, this relationship or basically only means sex to you. If you're that type of person, bro, just let her go. Just let her
Because
go.
let's be for real, she should run. Because even if he was to get married, those are the type of dudes that get married
He
and
gon'
cheat
he
on
gonna
their
cheat
wife
all the time.
all the freaking time.
They cheat the
Like,
day of the wedding.
and I don't understand, like, just stay single. Like, don't commit,
Mhm.
don't paint the picture, don't listen. I would rather a man keep it all the way fucking with, like, look, I like spending time with you. You know what I'm saying? We kick it, yada yada yada, but like don't get comfortable. Like, who was it? Ray J, that's who it was. Ray J
Yeah.
told his current girl that he not in love with her on live.
That's a different type of level of disrespect. If Imma tell you on live, at least to me.
Like, these men are telling you and showing you, like, that's not where they at.
Mhm.
And I promise you, I have never been. I trust me. I know my ideal husband and father to my kids is gonna be a rare anomaly. It's gonna listen.
Okay.
I know the chances is thinner than frog hair. I get it, but that's what I'm not going. I'm not gonna bend or like settle for nothing other than what I want. I've been
Mhm.
open minded. It was the worst advice somebody could ever give somebody. Like, don't be open minded. No, no.
Mhm.
Like, you being open minded is like, try pineapples. I know you're allergic to them, but you should try and be open minded, and you die. Like, no,
Well, that's
no,
crazy.
no. You know what you want. You know what you like. Don't settle for nothing else than that. because you're
Yeah.
gonna be mad at the end of the day if you do. Like, what if you
Yeah.
compromise and that and it just that's something that you just have in the back of your mind.
Mhm.
And I don't know, I don't want nobody compromising for me. I don't want
Yeah.
you to be like, "Oh, well, I'll have a kid for you," and then you end up resenting my child.
Mhm.
No. My mom
Or I
told
mean,
me at a young
that's some
age, "Don't
people that
get no
stay in
man we don't want."
that's some people that stay in relationships sometimes too, for like the sake of a child sometimes. And they want to resent
No.
it. So like they don't resent the child, but then they resent the spouse or the boyfriend or the girlfriend because they just stayed there for the sake of the child for 18, 19 years or whatever. Yeah.
Listen, I'm all for people getting exactly what they want, how they want it. Whether you
Mhm.
single, whether you want to be in a relationship, or you want whatever it is, whatever your happy looks like, have it. Please.
Mhm.
As long as
Yeah.
you ain't hurting nobody,
Mhm.
have it.
That's one of the things we talked about last week. For everybody that I know, and even the people I don't know, I don't want people to find they happy in 2026.
And just stop entertaining the things that just don't make you. I don't know if we had talked about this whatever, but I was in a couple did we talk about this? I was in a couple Facebook groups, like dating Facebook groups or whatever, like singles groups.
Uh huh.
And I left all of them. I left all
Uh-huh.
of them because I got the notion from just some of the comments and things that I was reading that the men in these singles groups, whatever, are not looking to date women. They
Oh, they
just
probably
looking to
don't.
toy with the single ladies
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and be those red pill assassins because this is entertainment for them. This is
Mhm.
entertainment.
Mhm. Yeah, it's too many
And I was
people.
I was tired of being a social media thug too because I was checking them all of them. All of them I was checking them.
I feel like I know I haven't been in these dating streets in a while now because
It's
obviously,
ghetto.
yeah. Oh no, it's everything people say about it. It's ghetto, piss in the pool or whatever. I just it was almost like me. Even the example I used with the guy I was talking about earlier. I mean, I obviously I'm not looking. I wouldn't be looking for a guy, but it's like just the mentality of the people who are out here picking through these people, men, women, everyone. It's just like I would for me, I would be so I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do if I had to go back out into it. And I don't say it, and I know me saying that makes me sound, like a little harsh to people who are like out there in those streets or whatever, trying to wade through it. But I would be completely lost if I had to go back out there again, and I haven't even tried to meet anybody in what over 5 years now, and now I got to try, and people don't meet in the same ways they used to meet back in the day, and like you said, now was it people do a lot of stuff online now. Like, do I even know how to talk to somebody? It's just I would be completely 100% lost out there.
But you as a man will have so many options. Because
I would have more. Yeah, yeah. I
listen,
mean, I know that much. Yeah.
men are outnumbered by women almost 7 to 1.
Oh, I know I would have options. Yeah.
Yeah, so for men, not even a freaking issue. It's really like a issue for women because like not only is it like slim pickings, and like these guys have adopted this irrational fear to be used by a
I,
woman for money that they don't
yeah.
have.
Yeah,
Like
I
and
actually think
project like,
that's really irrational too. But that's the internet feeding people's minds.
but
They
that's that participation mentality, oh, that inclusion mentality that I talked about like 2 pounds ago. Just
Mhm.
because you identify as a man doesn't mean that you have every man's problems.
Yeah. But
Nobody's gonna
people
ask you to fly them out.
it's the negative about stuff that people like that people just are
Yeah,
gravitating towards the negative. Like
yeah,
if a I I can see a post about that every day on Twitter where, something happens and you look at comments and it's just a bunch of men. It's just a long line of men.
yeah,
That's why men ain't dating women as well. That's why men ain't asking nobody out no more. And it's like y'all
yeah,
are the ones out here shooting up people or whatever because your ass is all pent up because you ain't out here getting none. Because you so busy sitting online talking about why men are doing this is why this and that and the third. Eh, How many times as men, literally, how many times have men, as men, have we just been out and we just knew somebody was trying to get a meal out of us out of our whole lives? Probably very few times. But online, Let everybody talk about it online. That's the only way that people are trying to. No, that's not what the case is. But the problem is when people talk about that type of thing, or they go on a date and they film themselves for content, like a woman does, whatever a woman might do, or whatever. And you trying to order this bunch of stuff, or you're trying to see that because that's the content people are drawn towards it. That ain't what people doing all the time. Most people
No.
are telling the stories that you're telling, where you just online, you're trying to meet somebody or something. Not everybody's doing that, and if they are, common sense should tell you as a man that I need to get up and leave this situation, not go date somebody else that does the same thing the next 2 times or the next 3 times. That's another problem people have. They keep doing the same thing over and over again.
And the instant gratification. You don't even talk to these women, ask any type of conversation because y'all so busy trying to say that a woman should be quiet and we don't like her attitude and this and that, whatever. Yet you don't find out enough about this woman to see if she's even dateable for you.
Well,
Like you
I
don't even
push,
talk to these women.
yeah,
Like
yeah, I
why
push
are you
back on that.
taking I'm sorry, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, no, you go. Finish.
Why are you taking these women to these restaurants where you feel like she's only in it for the meal and you haven't like she hasn't earned that from you?
Yeah,
But because as a man,
yeah.
you trying to stroke your ego. You trying to look good, this and that. And let's be for real. A lot of the women that you sit up there and take out, a lot of times that have done those things, you knew you was paying for her. You
Hmm.
knew that you was out of her league and the money would have bridged that gap. Let's be for real. That's the
Hmm.
reason why a lot of broke people don't do some of the things that people with money do. Don't get me wrong. If you just ain't shit, you just ain't shit. You're gonna do it whether you got money or you broke, it don't matter. But it's almost like when you get to a certain status, now you can have the multiple women. Like you could cheat because I'm taking care of you. As long as you're taking
Yeah,
care of whatever, like it shouldn't even matter. I could be able to do whatever I want to do. But you don't have that energy when you down bad. You don't have
of
that
course I
energy
don't.
when you actually need that woman. And I
Of
think
course
a
I
lot
don't.
of the times the issue is the fact that I'm gonna be 100. A lot of these men were single raised, like single mother raised. So you either watch your mom get finessed
Hmm.
or you watch her finesse. You never had an example of what a real dynamic looks like with a healthy marriage from a
Uh-huh.
mom and a dad. Like you don't even try to like get an uncle or somebody like, as a father figure to see how they treat their woman. Or
Hmm.
you do see it and it's a horrible example. You know what I'm saying? And like what healthy tell me a healthy relationship between a man and a woman that you aspire to have something like. If you was to ask that to a lot of these dudes, they wouldn't even have an answer.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even
No.
say Michelle Obama and Barack. They would nothing. They would have nothing because they don't understand that that's what they missing is the example.
Yeah. Now, it's one thing I do want to push back on real quick, but before I say that, you know what's funny about you talking about examples? You know who's one person that would be a pretty good example that a lot of these dudes hate?
But
Russ and Sierra.
oh, he a simp.
It,
He a
it
simp.
just popped in my. I mean, it just popped in my head because you were talking about that. I'm not trying to. That might cause controversy with some guys. Me saying that, but it's like all he did was dated someone who already had a kid, treated the kid like his own, then made what 3 more? I know 2, but 3 more maybe.
Yeah,
And if
yeah.
not 3, tomorrow Sierra be pregnant tomorrow because Russ can't stay off her. You know what I'm saying? And I know do nothing but go to work, do his job. Maybe people might say he ain't doing it the way, which is fine or whatever. But he go to work, do his job, and come home. No scandals, no nothing. Get online and he'll see her post or something. He'll talk about her like they have a conversation like we supposed to not be in a room with him. What else do you want as a guy? Or what else? What other example when it comes to stuff like that? I mean, especially for
And
the
that's a
young
great example.
flashier people. The people who look at people. If you look at an older couple, you ain't gonna be like, all right, because the older couple is somebody like Grant Hill, Tamia, they've been together for forever. Something like that. Most younger people ain't gonna look at an older person, but you can look at Russ because of the whole thing of the connection with Sierra and Future. So you know who she is.
And on top of that, whatever, like find somebody who is happy with their woman. Because you will hear a lot of well, not a lot, but you'll hear some men complain and complain and complain and complain about this and the third, whatever, but never tell you all the good things they have in that relationship because obviously you still there. Obviously you there
Yeah,
for a reason.
yeah.
Like, I really don't feel like the generation before us painted women in a good light, and really, like, I think, and I wonder, like,
They didn't paint relationships in a great light either, but go
no,
ahead.
they didn't. They didn't. And I wanna say this, the reason why I brought up the single mother raised was for that reason too, as far as, like, the dynamic, but also a lot of single moms just wanted their son not to be gay. So, as
I
long
don't
as
know
they
about that.
had women, as long as they was attracted to women, that was good enough, but they never was taught actually how to treat a woman, how to court a woman, how to date a woman, like, the responsibilities of having a woman. They just didn't want them to be gay. And I think that's a lot of the part of the reason why they have, like, this come to Jesus talk or whatever with themselves later, because now it's about peace and this and that, whatever. No, you not the peace you talking about is a facade,
Mhm,
because all you doing is, like, my friend, my therapist actually has said, is all you doing is basically harboring guilt and
mhm.
projecting shame. That's your peace, because you done took some women up through there, and you survived all the dumb decisions you made in your younger years,
Mhm.
and you do not want to risk karma finding you.
Yeah,
And
there could be some truth in that.
I just feel like I don't see men really happy single. And the sad truth about it is, like, I work in dialysis. When it comes down to my census of, like, patients that I take care of, 99.9% like Lysol are men. And they don't all have wives or any kids, or they be by themselves going through that shit.
Yeah, I just saw something online over the past couple days. It had to be online because I haven't been doing too much. Um, where it was it was kind of along the same things that you're talking about, where they were talking about how um men sometimes wonder why they want, like, especially well, the ones that really treated women wrong, not men in general, but like
Mhm.
the ones that have done something like that. They'll wonder why they don't have anybody to help them at the end of life because like you've done so many people wrong, and then you've never settled down at some point with someone who was going to be there with you until the end and things like that. And I saw a lot of people comment that were women that was like, yeah, I'm a nurse and I work on this floor. And when people get to the end of life here, it's like it's just there don't be nobody there. Or
And I feel
I work
so
in a or I
bad
work in a nursing home and they see the same thing, working
yeah,
in a nursing home. The men that are in there just have nobody or whatever.
and I feel so bad because, like, I know at some point, in some, like, point, whatever, they had an opportunity, and, like, my one patient, and they'll tell you all the time, the crazy thing is, if y'all go talk to these men in these nursing homes and going through this or whatever in the hospitals, they'll tell you they had a good woman. They messed it up. Like, 9 times out of 10, they'll say they messed over a good woman.
Mhm.
And, like, that's the
Yeah,
reason why they by themselves.
that
Like,
happens.
even I kid you not, it hurt my heart even though he was an asshole. I ain't gonna lie, some of these patients is assholes. But it hurt my heart when I heard him on the phone, and he was talking to his daughter, and he said, "You so worried about some money or whatever, and I'm about to die." Like, this is literally what a lot of the and a lot of times people be like, "Oh, well, I want a woman because I wanna have, my legacy, my kids, whatever." And it's a lot of men out here that will have kids with a woman just so the kids can love them like they feel nobody else would. And
Yeah.
when they find out that that's not how that works, it's too late. And it's like,
Yeah.
you would think that your kids will have more love for you at the end of life and this and that, whatever, but it really depends upon how you are as a father.
Mhm.
It really is at the end of the day. How you are as a person, because I've had patients be in there and they friends is pulling up. Like, that's why I
Yeah.
say, like, if you don't have nobody around you, nobody that's gonna be bedside when you ill, like, you ain't got no village. You don't have no friends. Like, oh, I'm just a lone wolf, and I don't mess with nobody. Like, you think that's
That's a sad
cool?
thing to think about. Yeah.
You think that's cool? You think that's what's up? That you don't have nobody around you? Nobody wants to be around you? You don't have no friends? Like, that's one of the things, if I'm talking about dating again, that's gonna be a red flag for me.
What, no
Like,
friends?
no friends, no village. Like,
Mm.
you should already have something that you do on a monthly or semi-monthly basis with people that say they love you and they care about you. Like my nephew, literally every Sunday, he's probably right now 10 o'clock. Every Sunday, my nephew has cards at his house.
Mhm.
He'll buy a bottle, make some food. Whoever come over to play cards, had a family over. Like you don't have nothing that
Like I
you
said,
do
if it's nobody,
routinely with
yeah.
people that care about you. Because if we
Mhm.
being honest, that's gonna be a lot of work on my end with people who care about me. Because now, whenever you get into something or life happens to you, you pulling from my village because you ain't got nobody. No,
Or they pulling extra from you,
yeah,
because you are their person. You are the village. It's
I
just
know.
you,
I
and
will
that goes
not
both
again.
ways. Yeah, yeah, that goes both
And
ways. You
listen,
know,
I'm not doing it again. Like
that's
you ain't got no friends. Like you ain't listen. You ain't nobody godparent. Like you ain't got a god kid. So nobody trusts you that if they leave this earth,
hey man, people probably shouldn't trust my crazy stuff neither, but I mean, it is what it is.
like, huh? Because
Okay.
if we being honest, you are supposed to be a provider, you're supposed to be a protector and a prophet. Who are you already doing those things with currently outside of your woman? Who are you already providing for? Nieces, nephews, sisters. Who are you already doing that for? Who are you already protecting? Like if they make a phone call, I'm sorry, Eulise, I gotta roll out. My people calling me. Like you don't have that already with somebody before me
Mhm. I get it.
because it'll be taxing if you don't already have that. If that's not already like a routine thing for you, when I require it, it'll already be taxing.
Mhm. Mhm.
No, you need to already have that, and I need to be the addition.
Okay. Okay. This is a perfect example of us just turning the microphone on and we started talking and we ain't got into damn thing that we said we would try to talk about today or whatever. We just started talking, which is cool. It's been
You
really
know
good
what? It's so funny.
conversation.
We done went through 8 different topics in
Yeah,
the
in a
time
sense.
we've been
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Because I was mentally making a note for like 2, 3 different things and then I done forgot over time because we got into everything else. One thing that I did say that I want it's like you said, the older people didn't make things sound great and they certainly didn't make relationships. I forgot how you said it earlier, but they didn't make relationships sound good either because uh, a lot of things we heard from older people, like we hear the jokes all the time about, as long as he paid the bills, things are fine. So he could have been whooping your ass at home. He could have did this or whatever, but you don't leave him. He's a good person. So you've heard those types of stories or,
And let's be for
um,
real. Grandma was cheating back. Let's be for real.
it could have been a bunch of stuff going on. I mean, there's older people in my family who, hell, it was one of my older, it's a great aunt and uncle, whatever. And I remember when one of my uncles was getting married and they asked them how they stayed together for so long. They both like with a straight face was like, "Oh, have you somebody on the side?" And I mean, both of them said it.
Wait, what?
So my uncle, my mom's brother, was asking my great aunt and uncle, you know, when he was engaged, some years back, how they were together for so long. And their response to him was, "Have you somebody on the side?"
They were
And they
serious. It was
both,
a joke.
I mean, according to him, they said it straight face, no laughter, no nothing. Both of them said it.
Wow.
So again, and I'm not saying that they believed it, but that's what he said, that's what they told him when he asked. And so it's older people didn't set the best examples all the time of a positive relationship. So again,
And
like
let's
you
be
said,
for real. A lot
between
of
that
people
and
back
then a lot of
then was
stuff got
marrying
passed
for
down.
money. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, yeah, but I agree. People were marrying
Man,
for
back
money
then
and
you was marrying
or
for
convenience.
money because you wanted to
Convenient.
establish a household. What's wrong? Oh, you drinking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I try to
I thought
I
my
try to
mic was acting up.
uh-uh.
But no,
Uh-uh.
back then for real, a lot of people married for money for that reason. It wasn't about no love. You wanted to make sure that you was taken care of and you could do what was important as far as
Mhm.
adulting. Love was secondary to a lot of marriages back in the day.
Well, I ain't gonna say it's not the same now, but I mean, people do get married for love or whatever, but it's like people forget the other side sometimes now, where there's the financial aspects to things,
Hmm.
and how people should have those conversations sometimes. How is your credit? What have you done with this? What's your work history like? Those types of things to know what type of person that you might be with financially. That will be important if you all get serious and
Oh,
as
that
you
I
keep
am
moving
so
on.
undateable if that. a thing.
Really?
Uh. I said, "I'm so undateable. My credit is bad."
Eh, I mean, but also, but what are you? I mean, I guess if it was a guy that's like, "Oh, then what are you doing to try to work on it or get it together?" It's
Well,
just,
I am
um,
working on it, yes.
and that's the smart of that's the small part of a question too of a bigger picture.
No, for sure, and I haven't gotten better. I can't even lie. I've gotten better with a lot of things because my mentality when I started adulting, like, my own, like, bills and financial, like, setup, my thing was as long as it ain't cut off. As long
Uh,
as it's not cut off. Oh, how much I gotta pay? By what time to this stay on? I'll always
you're
have a
gonna get the
balance, right?
minimum.
Like,
Yeah,
I always had, the minimum, whatever it is to sustain it, right? And then even with my car note, "Is y'all about to come get it? Oh, I got another month. I see y'all next month." Like, I just whatever, I don't care.
yeah,
Eh, that has completely shifted. Like, one of my goals for 2025 going into 26 was to make sure I had 0 balances with all my bills. Like, I
mhm,
owe nothing, and I've been paying on my car on time since I got it, because my thing was always, "Well, I mean, I got it," but I never realized, like, me being the go-to for a lot of people,
uh-huh,
if when I say I'm about to pay it right before you get cut off, and it's one of my people, because 'cause I'm a big-hearted person, I'm not like that no more. When people call me and they in a need, well, I guess I ain't got no lights because I gotta help my people out. So
yeah,
it only takes somebody needing you to throw off your whole financial blueprint if you live like that, if you run your finances like that. And it was definitely an eye opener, and I got like a lot better
mhm,
with that. Like I didn't realize like the benefits of paying stuff on time. Now I'm getting all type of
yeah.
letters that I'm pre-approved for this and pre-approved for that. I'm cool. I'm doing good.
No delinquent bills, paying stuff on time. It
No,
goes a
I
long
got
way.
way better with that. Way better.
All right. Well, let's see if we can hit a topic before we get up out of here today. Um, I'm trying to think. Oh, but this is one quick thing. But I did realize we were talking about age and getting older
Mhm.
earlier in the show, but it's just I realized I am becoming like that old person, and people probably be like, "All right, well, you already probably been an old person anyway." My mentality or whatever, but like we were watching the Kevin Hart his latest comedy thing that was on Netflix. We were watching that last night. He was just talking about him being an older person now and
Acting my
kind of
age.
become yeah. And it's just like, and I was asking you earlier if you have a fear of getting old, and like me, I don't have a fear of getting old. I actually embrace it, but I do wonder or get nervous about those times where I feel myself acting like the old person. You know, old people, you get old and noise levels irritate you, or people doing certain things can just irritate you, and you just got no time for it, getting older. And so, or I can sometimes physically feel myself or can see myself doing something that I know my dad would have done back in the day when I was, and I'm like, ugh, at some point, because it's like you realize you're really getting that older, like becoming a person. And I'm figuring out, or I'm seeing, I'm just becoming that, and I'm trying to fight it. But it's like, should that be a part of the thing that I'm also embracing too, because of the fact that, you know, like I said, I embrace the age, just the wisdom and everything. But, when you acting like somebody old, that's one of the things that kind of throw you for a loop sometimes.
I realized I was getting older when my conversations and the things that I would talk about changed. Like back in the day,
Uh-huh.
you was talking about like, girl, I can't believe it. And it would be, more gossipy, I guess, like for girls. But when I was on contract in Cincinnati and I was talking to people back in Cleveland, like you would not believe they got a grocery store with everything. Like who has
Yeah.
literally a 45-minute conversation about a grocery store? Like, what?
That's how you know you're getting older. That's how you know you're getting there.
Like,
When I was, my car was getting worked on by my homie,
mhm.
month and a half ago or so, and we were having the same conversation about getting older, and he was talking about walking around his neighborhood, and I was talking about walking around mine. You like, you're getting older when you just see something on the house and be like, man, I like the way they did that garage. The door on the garage. And it's just like, who has these conversations when we talk about being earlier talking about being in our early 20s and having kids? Like, I wish I would have been talking about the way a garage door was painted or something. But now at this age, That's a legitimate conversation right now, walking around your neighborhood, seeing
Listen,
something somebody did with a house or something.
I'm telling you, my one friend, I call her Susie Homemaker all the time because she literally like shops for like home stuff, like home goods is her. Look, well, no, what is it? Yeah, home goods is her
Yeah, home
store.
goods and stuff. Yeah,
She
yeah, yeah.
likes. She got me, and it's so crazy. I'm looking at it right now. It's in a bag hanging off my chair, and I'm looking at it
Uh-huh.
right now. It's crazy. She got me a candle warmer,
Okay.
and
You
it's
put the
lemon
wax in there
cookie.
and stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I have yet to open it. She said, "Yeah, all you need is just water to fill up your whole house."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm listen, if I was to turn this camera around, y'all would be very disappointed because I would say this though, I worked the last 16 days of
Yeah.
last year straight.
Mhm.
Like, I showed you my,
Yeah. You
my
sent me the
schedule,
calendar. Yeah, yeah.
and let me tell you, the last 4 days of this new year and bad. I ain't touched and did nothing. Now tomorrow Imma get myself together, but when I say I had to recover, I had to recover. And Imma get my life together, and Imma put my stuff where it need to be, and Imma use my little candle warmer and everything like that. I'm a adult, but I get like this, man. Please, if I work this much,
Mhm.
and that's the thing I don't understand.
I mean,
Like,
you earned the time off. I mean, you earned the right to sit there and chill for a while and not do nothing though.
and that's what I like. I work so freaking much, and I work so hard to then come home and have to be like that lady that do this and do that. Don't get me wrong, conditioning is everything. Because I'm pretty sure once I start doing it and getting that routine of, cooking when I get home and doing this and doing that
Mhm.
and the line and getting that routine, it's gonna take some conditioning. But baby, I'm gonna need to be a team effort. Because if you think I'm
Mhm.
about to work just as hard, if not harder
Are
than
you back on
you,
a relationship part of it? Yeah. Yeah.
and you just
That's
gonna
what
come home, pour you up a drink and kick your feet up.
I mean, that's one of the things I always thought about where it's, you know, see, for me with relationships and stuff like that, I lived by myself for 20 years, obviously, before getting married, 20, 21 years, something like that. So I was always like really, really independent with everything. Still
Mhm.
to this day, it irritates her because I'll do some stuff on my own that I can just do that she will want to do for me. But 20 years is a long time to let some things go. Because so
So what's something
uh,
that she wants to do for you?
I don't know,
Because I
like
want to
she
see
meant
how rational you is.
I know. See, I can't come up with the example right off of my head, but it's like she might just be in the kitchen about to do something, maybe make something, and I'll just be like, "Oh, no, I can do it for myself." No, and I can see how something like that can be annoying because you're just trying to do something to be nice for someone, and then I'm like, "Oh no, I can do it on my own." I'm just
A ass.
mm. No, my hands ain't broken. This is when I was in therapy. I realized some of that independence for me comes from the fact of my dad grew up with he lived with his grandmother a lot, so she did a lot for him, and so
I'm about to say, gotta be
as
some karma behind that.
yeah, so she did a lot for him. So obviously, as a married man, my mom was the older or is the older woman that just, I mean, she would just be. She always cooked. I mean, everything or whatever she did. She worked and did, most women's role or whatever. But she would be doing small stuff like ironing his clothes and things like that. And I always used to be in my mind like, his hands ain't broke. I know he can iron his own clothes, but she did that because that's what she did. And so that, but that thing being younger, I always saw that, and I got older and said I didn't want to do that. And I never realized it until I was in therapy and my therapist brought it out of me. And that's a long way we get back to, some of the other things of us talking about, just that independent part of things. I can really, really rub people wrong, but I do it just because of those things that were brought out of me at a certain point that I just didn't even kind of know. So again, at times Corlicia has to deal with it too because I don't I'm not gonna really I'm not an ass like you said. I can do for myself.
And I get that to a point because if I'm being 100, I am the same way, but for a different reason.
Mhm.
So my dad was the parent that would always ask you to do stuff for him. He would literally, kid you not, and I wish I could do it now. I wish he could just look at my refrigerator, go to his room, and ask me to bring him what he just looked at, because he would do that. I'd be in the
Uh-huh.
kitchen washing dishes. He would come out of his room, look in the refrigerator at what he wanted, go back in his room,
And ask
and
you to come get
and,
her
and
something.
ask me to bring it to him.
That's wild.
So for me, I told myself that I would never ask somebody to do for me what I could do for myself.
Mhm.
I would never do that because I hated that feeling. So I never wanted somebody to feel that way. Until one day I was working, got off work and I'm watching my nephew. And I'm talking about I was dog tired. I'm talking about
Mhm.
I'm tired. And I was like, oh my God, I think I'm about to do it. Nephew, can you bring me my charger?
Oh, but see, that's they
And I
role when
felt
they
bad.
younger,
And I
though.
felt bad.
Nah, that's they role when they younger. You gotta
Listen,
ask them to do stuff like that.
and I don't.
It's a rite of
You can
package,
ask my
a rite of
nephew.
passage.
Listen, and you can ask my nephew. You can ask any other like younger. I never asked them to do stuff for me, like bring me this, bring me that. Like I never did. I remember I remember rest Mega. I never forget this. We was in New York. We was visiting her family, my friend family,
Mhm.
and she had asked me if I can bring her purse out of my car. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not fucking you. Like, go get it. Yes, I'm not gonna
Hey,
and
that's a great answer.
did not consider that my friend, she battled lupus, and
Uh,
did not
yeah.
consider it being she doesn't feel well right now because she's always normal around me. She never really has like a flare, and I didn't even consider that. But one of her cousins ended up getting it from her or whatever. But I was thinking, I'm not fucking you. I'm
Out of
about to
all
take
that, you still
the
didn't even get up and
spotlight for
go get
you.
it.
It's a trigger. Don't ask me to do something you can do
Uh,
for yourself. It's a trigger for me.
okay, I get it.
Huge.
I get it.
So I get that. I get that. I get that. But it is like as a man, you want to do for your man, whatever that is, a little bit. Yeah. But I
Yeah,
get
yeah. Yeah. Hmm. I'll get better. I'll work on that this year too. All right, give me.
it.
I know pre-show you said y'all were talking about that earlier today, but did we? I thought we kind of did a resolution last year. I mean, I'm sorry, last week. But if not, I guess we can give one each for this year's
Oh yeah,
first show
yeah.
of the
Before
year.
we go, yeah, because it's definitely dwindling. This, I'm telling you, we always start out saying we don't even have to talk that long. Talk long anyway.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
one of my resolutions is um not talking to everybody about stuff.
Mm,
Like things that I want to do, things that I'm working on, not talking to everybody about it because some people want to be right so bad that it's easier to doubt that happened for me versus just being like, okay, that's what's up. You gonna hit the Powerball this week? That's what's up. Like
hmm.
I don't get that. If I
I mean,
want to
yeah,
do something for myself that's good for me, why do you have to say out your mouth that's not gonna happen? What for what?
yeah, and
So
also
just not talking to people about everything.
just thinking about that, also thinking about the fact that if you tell somebody something, and if we always talking too much, sometimes it's you're going to share something with somebody that don't mean the best for you, and
Yeah.
then that type of person puts that negative energy out into the world
Mm-hmm.
that you don't need that negative energy in no way, space, shape, or form. So
Yes.
that's another great reason to kind of just keep some of your plans to yourself or whatever it
Yes.
is.
Yep.
Because yeah, not everybody want to see you happy. So, if I'm gonna name one thing, I guess it's ooh, I just had it in my head too. Um, if I'm gonna name one thing, it's just gonna maybe to try to find a way to take a chance on myself with something. And I don't know if it's something DJ wise, expanding the business with that or something, or anything, but to take a chance on myself. It could be something podcast wise. Just maybe I get another idea to come up with something and try to do something, and I got to step out in front of people again in person. And, you know, do you step out on your own or something like somebody told me I should kind of do, but, you know, like with an idea, if I come up with an idea or anything, but, outside of whatever, it's just,
I'll always back you brainstorm.
I got you. Thank you so much. You get another brunch invite next month. And then, but yeah, just take a chance on myself. You know, at some point, an opportunity is probably going to present itself this year. So, you know, even it, or it could just be my regular job at some point. You know, maybe something comes up that I need to pivot. You know, so that'd be it.
I like that because you do seem like a person that is very, I guess, practical, more logical,
Mm,
like very grounded. You know what I'm saying? And being more fluid with things and letting stuff happen the way that they could possibly be in your favor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get
yeah,
that. I
yeah,
get that.
yeah. So, as I say, 2026 is going to be a good year. So let's
Great
embrace the
year.
good and
Great
let's
year.
enjoy whatever ride we're going to be on this year. So, you at least go ahead and give them all your shit so we can end this episode. And I guess for me, get ready to get back to work. I haven't been to work for 2 weeks, so tomorrow's the first day back. Happy
You was
times.
you was loving that vacation. I know you was.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
for
so
once, for one time, or at least for once, it didn't like. To me, it always feels like that first week just flies by, and then you be on that last week. But it's like this time, this 2 weeks to me felt like a 2 weeks. So and it's not like I'm tired or anything like that. Even though I do need to try to get back on some type of a sleep schedule. But I mean, I'll be up in the morning. I'll be ready to go.
and I'm just now on the first leg of my vacation because, like I said, I was off the first 14 days, so I'm on day 4. I got 10 days ahead of me, but I feel like they're gonna fly because after tomorrow, I have party comedy show, and then I fly out for vacation or whatever.
Mhm.
I'm going to Tampa,
That's
and
next weekend, right?
so I'll be in Tampa until from Friday to Wednesday, and I'm
Okay.
hoping like while I'm in Tampa, it don't fly by. So
Mm. Just enjoy it.
I am. But as always, I am comedian Eulise Dickerson. I'm always gonna be blessed, healthy, and wealthy per usual. And you can find me on any social media platform. I'm the only Eulise Dickerson. My Facebook is private, my Instagram is public, and my TikTok, Eulise Too Funny. And I think that's it. Yeah. I just got my birthday show in Cuyahoga Falls on Thursday, January 8th, and my parties. So I am about to big kick it after I hydrate and recover from last night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, but yeah.
Okay.
All right,
All
Brainstorm,
right.
get my tits.
All right. Well, early happy birthday to you. 'Cause it'll be
Thank
in a
you.
couple of days. So I should probably start saying this at the beginning of the show, but we do record these episodes, so you can either watch us on our YouTube, which is the DMST Podcast Network, or you can listen to them, wherever you listen to your podcasts. So keep that in mind. But R&B Night Tuesday, Bar One. So Ulisa will be there.
For my
You got to
birthday.
maybe you got to text me some of your R&B songs you like so I can play them.
Okay, I can do
Yes,
that.
I can make sure. Okay. So that got that, and then Friday, Johnny Malloy. So that's it for me. So the sun. Oh, sheesh. It may be. Yeah, I was about to mess it all up. I was about to start, but the sun may come out today. It was all gonna be bad. But
I'm
it may
like,
be
you was
cloudy.
fumbling real hard. What you got in that cup?
Oh yeah, that's my a little bit of bourbon
See?
and a little Pepsi. But
Okay.
it may be cloudy today, which it was, but the sun will come out tomorrow. And as long as you are here under the sun, live your life to the best of your motherfucking ability. I am DJ Brainstorm for you on all social media. DJ Brainstorm, the number 4, the letter.
You.
All right, y'all. So we'll see y'all in a couple weeks because you'll be gone next weekend.
Yes.
All right, so we'll
I
see
mean, I
y'all
still
in a
take the
couple of
stuff
weeks.
with me though and record in Tampa. That's what this is
No, no,
for.
no, 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 no. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right with that. But no, enjoy your birthday trip.
Okay. All right.
All right, y'all. So we can see y'all in a couple of weeks. Peace.
Peace.